So if you've ever wondered what the cloud looks like, well, technically it looks like one of these. Well, actually, it looks like thousands of these. And here's the challenge. If we think about a company's data center, the power consumption is massive and the amount of digital waste is significant. So how much power is being consumed by a data center? Well, it's the equivalent to 100 to 200 of these. So these data centers are currently creating 740 million tons of CO2 emissions every single year. So what's the latest? Well, if we can't measure it, we can't manage it. So at NetApp, let me show you. We've built a sustainability dashboard that allows us to track in real time exactly what the consumption is of our storage devices. And this allows us to see that a typical mid-range storage array consumes about 150,000 kilowatt hours over the course of 5 years. Now, if we take that number and we plug that into, well, look, we're here in New Orleans, so let's plug that into the EPA's calculator and put in the emissions data that we want to see for 150,000 kilowatt hours, hit convert data. And now what we can see is that's the equivalent of 14 cars being driven. So again, maybe that doesn't sound like a lot, but you have to realize there are hundreds of thousands of these devices installed in data centers across the world. And what's even more significant is up to 70% of the data that we store on these devices is never ever used again after it's been created. So what role do you think the cloud is going to play in helping companies become more sustainable for the future?
Matt, that's a great question. If you start and think of a company embracing a culture of sustainability, cloud is an absolute essential element of that. But I always have to back up to why would a business embrace the culture of sustainability? It's not just that they have Scope 1 and Scope 2 reporting for the SEC. It's that there's clear business value in sustainability. We know that sustainability drives higher profit margins, competitive advantage, better EBITDA. It helps create a culture, if embraced properly, where you can attract and retain the best employees because people want to be part of an organization that reflects their values personally. And so those are the business aligned drivers. And so in a hybrid cloud context with cloud, you have to start thinking of having perhaps a managed service for your on-prem stack that has inbuilt technology refresh, keeps you on the latest and greatest technology. And so you're always as efficient as you can be. Combined with cloud is the right balanced approach. Cloud, managed services, and embracing and creating a culture of sustainability are the three key elements, I think, to this.
Yeah. So what's the future? Well, I think all companies are going to have to start thinking about sustainability across 3 dimensions, and that's people, profit, and planet. There are a generation of people coming into our industry right now that want to work for companies that reflect their values, and one of their values is sustainability. When it comes to profit, if you can work out how to be more sustainable, in many cases, that reduces costs, which can increase the profitability. And then finally, there's the planet. And that is, if we can operate more sustainably the way we run our IT systems, then we can suddenly start to reduce the emissions that we're creating. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. So companies like ours have an obligation to make sure that we're providing our customers with technologies and capabilities such they can measure the exact impact in terms of energy consumption and therefore emissions being created.